Hello my amazing viewers, welcome back once again to Pig Farming Academy. In this video I'm going to be sharing how to select the right breed for your farm in order for you to increase the productivity of your farm. You know, there are so many breeds when it comes to the pig farming business, but you being able to select the right one based on higher growth rate, more litter sizes, all those things will enable you to reduce the cost of running your farm and equally at the same time increase your productivity. So make sure you watch this video to the end to grab all the details that I have to share when it comes to this aspect of pig farming business. One of the biggest mistakes that many beginner farmers make is buying their pigs without understanding fully well the breeding aspect. They ask questions like which one grows fastest without knowing that is the wrong question to ask. They need to understand the weaknesses, the advantage of each of these breeds, which can now enable them to select based on their preferences. So guys, I'm going to discuss this in details. I'm going to break it down so that if you're a beginner out there, you can be able to understand this fully well. Why does breed selection even matter? Besides, they are all pigs. Let me just buy any one and raise them and just make my money. That's what most beginner farmers say. But they don't understand that breed selection matters a lot. It's a concept on its own, because genetics, first of all, determines the growth rate, it determines the litter sizes, it determines the quality of the meat. It has a very high impact on the feed conversion rate, because when you buy the wrong breed, right, you begin to spend more raising them to a particular kg, because the sole purpose of every farmer is to be able to make profit, maximize their profit. So it doesn't matter the breed you are raising. What matters is that they are giving you the necessary benefits that you need. So there are factors you need to consider, which can include the feed conversion rate. Ask yourself as a beginner pig farmer, what breed converts feed to meat quickly? What breed can give me a more better litter size? What breed is more prolific? You can even ask yourself, which one grows faster? These are questions you need to ask yourself as a beginner before you go ahead to purchase pigs. Because I've gone to so many farms that were set up by let's say ignorant beginners, and then they will complain to me that like they bought this pig for like months ago. By now it should have at least attained a certain level with the good feed that they give to it, but at the same time they seem not to be reaching the level that they expected. These are the negative effects that comes from you not understanding this breed sector. Breed sector has a very huge impact when it comes to farm animal development, pig farming development. You need to understand that certain pigs have certain qualities. Some are highly resistant to diseases, yes, and mind you that each of these benefits is mostly unique to certain breeds. So for instance, our local breeds can have a very high resistance to diseases, right? Then when it now comes to breeds like large white, Duroc JC, all of them, they can be better converters of feed to meat. But that doesn't mean that you just go ahead and just get something. There's also something we call the crossbreeding, getting the hybrid in order for you to get combination of both qualities, right? So I'm going to explain all of these because I don't want you as a beginner to make mistake. I want to guide you step by step. Before I go ahead to continue with the video, I want to inform you that I have a community channel, WhatsApp community channel titled Pig Farming Academy, where all pig farmers from different regions of the world putting their knowledge together. They share their experiences, their mistakes, their challenges in the pig farming business, which enables them to better themselves. I'll drop in the link of this WhatsApp community in the description box of this video. Make sure you join and benefit from the knowledge that they have to share. Also, I'll be calling my WhatsApp number in case you want to ask me questions on any aspect of pig farming business. Make sure you do that right away. 080-588-11642. Okay guys, so let's go ahead to break this down into sectors of the different breeds and the benefit that they offer to farmers, and equally their disadvantages also, because as much as this breed has its own advantage, it equally has its own disadvantage. What now starts for you as a farmer is now select the one that you genetically that's your preference, okay? Then you can now go ahead to crossbreed to get the qualities you desire. Because I myself, as much as I keep exotic breeds also, I equally have crossbreeds that have a combination of the local breeds which are more sturdy, more strong, right, with to certain diseases. So I combine these two breeds together to get the qualities I desire. So guys, let me go ahead and break it down. So when it comes to common breeds that you find in, I'll be using Nigeria as a case study. Then you can now relate to your environment, because I don't know where you're watching from, whether from China, Asia, but in Africa, in Nigeria, the common breeds you find here is 1, the large white, 2, the landrace, 3, Duroc Jersey, 4, Hampshire, then the 5th one is local breed, right? So I'm going to start from the large white to define the characteristics, then after which I'll now go over to the pure breeding and crossbreeding. I'll discuss the pure breeding and crossbreeding aspect for you to understand how to get these hybrids of desired quality. So when it comes to large white, what is unique about it is that it has fast growth. Of course, it has fast growth, but mind you that necessarily not just getting the breed doesn't give you the room to remove good management. When you get that nice exotic breed and everything, you still need to manage them effectively for you to get this result, because what they give to you is gotten from what you actually give to them. You need to take care of them effectively. So for the large white, it has fast growth, it has large litter sizes, it gives you large number of litters. It equally has good mothering ability. This particular one, I can attest to it. Large white has good mothering ability. It's also common. It's very common in Nigeria. Now, these are just the major benefits when it comes to large white. It's easily found. Go to most farms, they have large white a lot. So guys, when it comes to the land race, I won't necessarily say that it's popular. But one thing about it is that if you look for it, you'll find it, of course. One thing about it is that it has a long body. That's one of the characteristics. And also, it is also an excellent mother. It's also popular for breeding. It also produces larger litters. This is what makes the land race popular, and equally a very good breed for your farm. Then when it now comes to the next one, which is the Duroc Jersey. This Duroc Jersey, like I say, most farmers they really desire this particular breed. I don't know why. It's even expensive more than most other breeds. I don't know why it's expensive, but I believe that it's because of what the characteristics that it offers. It is an excellent feed converter. Once you give it feed, the growth rate is very, very okay, and then it's also a strong breed of pig, and the quality of meat is also very, very okay. But the major purpose why most farmers go after it is that it's very good if you use it for crossbreeding. During crossbreeding, combining Duroc with other pigs like landrace, large white is very, very unique. It's very unique. Okay, so the next one I'm going to be going into Hampshire. So make sure you pay attention, guys. This Hampshire is a very great quality of pigs when it comes to pig farming business. I once had one. Then it's recognized by a white belt in the belly. I once had one that time, but I don't really have them now. Then it also has a lean meat and then good growth rate. Yeah, it has a good growth rate. I can attest to that also. So guys, then when it now comes to the final one, which is the local pigs, mind you, I just mentioned these particular ones. I think about 5: landrace, large white, Duroc, what's the other one, Hampshire, and then local pigs, because that's the major ones you find in Nigeria. There are so many breeds of pigs, a lot of pigs, Poland, China, a lot of them, mention them, but these are the ones you majorly find in Nigeria. So when it comes to local pigs, the major reason why we probably have them around is that they are hardy and disease tolerant. So when you combine them, I'll talk about that in crossbreeding. When you combine them with all these exotic breeds, their offsprings seem to have better improvements. They have lower productivity. I wouldn't advise you as a beginner pig farmer to go and buy a local breed. No, do not. Highest, what you can do is to buy maybe a mixed hybrid, a local breed that was crossed, with an exotic breed. You can now get from the offspring, not as your full version of pigs, but you can have a mixture. Whereby you can have pure breeds, you can equally have mixed breeds. All those things make your farm unique. Okay, guys, so I believe I've been able to discuss these 5 breeds and their qualities. I'll now go over to discuss what pure breeding is and then crossbreeding. I'll break it down into sections, so pay attention. So as much as having pure breeds is quite important, yes, it's also nice as you get to maintain that line of breed, right? But there is an advantage that crossbreeding offers. So I normally advise my farmers to have a variety of these selections. So because from crossbreeding, you can get to improve the genetical quality of that particular pig. You can decide to crossbreed your Duroc with your landrace or with your large white, or you can even get your local breed and crossbreed with your pure breed of landrace or large white. I normally advise you crossbreed with pure breeds of both different sectors. You understand? Then mind you that why you keep on breeding, why crossbreeding is important is that it helps to improve the hybrid vigor. It offers a lot of advantages because through it you can get to select, you can get to introduce new genetical qualities that can be to your advantage when you do it in the right manner. That is when you get when you see the animals of qualities that you desire. You don't just go around and crossbreed animals with poor qualities. No, you only crossbreed with animals with good qualities. For instance, Duroc that has a good feed conversion can be crossbred with landrace, large white. Get my point? Doing these things will help you to now improve the genetical qualities of the offspring, which can otherwise better your farm. So you as a farmer needs to understand this aspect of crossbreeding because you need to make use of it a lot. You don't always need to come to your farm and just have a particular pure breed all lined out. As much as I advise you having pure breeds, it's also important you have pure breeds too, so they can be able to have a mixture. It's also necessary you equally have your mixed breeds, which can enable you to have a variety and make better decisions in your farm. So let's now go over to the next sector, which is very, very important. So guys, please make sure you pay attention. Also, in this breeding sector, in this breed selection, I'm going to tell you how to buy good breeding stock, because most farmers make the mistake of not considering so many factors before they go into purchasing an animal that they use for breeding. You need to consider one, the age of the animal. The age of the animal, especially when you want to get for the boar and the rest, you need to consider the age of the animal. Equally consider the body condition, check its health status, check its legs and feet, check the quality, because most of these animals have impaired legs and equally impaired feet, which though it doesn't necessarily affect its genetical qualities, but its purpose is for breeding, right? You want to use it for breeding, so you need it to mount effectively, unless you have factors or systems that will enable you to do this without getting to reduce the farm activities. So the next one that you have to check is the animal's farm record. You need to ask for the farm record, right? So guys, as we come to the end of this video, I'm going to share with you the mistakes that you should avoid when it comes to this breeding aspect. The first one is buying from an unknown source. Most farmers will be like, oh, they told me that the pig was pregnant, so, but I did not know again that it has been. Someone sent me a video one time ago. I can't remember the year. He was asking me if the pig was pregnant, the sow was pregnant. Wow, it's already. He told me that he bought it 4 months ago. Imagine, 4 months ago, and he was still asking me if the pig was pregnant. I don't blame the person because, yes, of course, knowledge is what you acquire over time. Pigs have a gestation period of 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. So imagine someone sold a pig to you as a pregnant pig. Then after 3 months, 4 months, you haven't seen any sign of pregnancy. I don't know why some people do this. For you to sell an pig to someone, you need to make sure that the pig has actually conceived. There are so many ways to do this. I will talk about that in the next video. I'm going to tell you how to know when a pig has conceived and some other factors relating to this breeding aspect. So guys, I would advise you to make sure you avoid this mistake by buying from a known source, because that's a mistake. When you buy from an untrusted source, or even for your own benefit, you can cross yourself unless you want to buy from someone you actually trust, to avoid being a victim of this kind of circumstance. The next one is inbreeding. As much as I've been explaining it in my previous video, I'm going to talk a little about this in this video. Inbreeding is you crossing closely related animals, which can offer a lot of negativity on your farm, which can include, it can reduce genetical components, the quality of genetical components of your pigs due to inappropriate mixtures. And one thing about this inbreeding is that it doesn't show its effect at the moment. It will keep on compounding, right? Then it now begins to strike. That is why I always advise farmers to make sure they stay away from inbreeding. Avoid inbreeding by all means. Once in a while, try to introduce new stocks into your pen. You can decide to, okay, let me get a boa from this place. Yeah, it actually looks good. Let me add it to my pen and use it for mating. Don't keep on repeating that same line of that same line, using them to mate all those things. No, try to introduce a new stock. Then while you are introducing a new stock, make sure you carry out the activities that I mentioned in previous videos, which includes the quarantining process. Avoid introducing disease into your farm. Also, before I continue, I would like to tell you something that is very important to me. I published a book titled The Pig Farmer's Journey. This book is going to be an investment to your farm. The reason why I'm saying this is because it's not just a normal technical book in pig farming business. It detailed how I started my pig farming business as a young child after my work examination, and the strategies and experiences, the challenges I incurred during this adventure, and the strategies I employed to overcome all these challenges. So guys, I shared this story. I shared it as a story in this book. It tells a story as to how a young boy like me started the pig farming business after my work examination and got to learn a lot of things and then put all the knowledge into a book. So I'm going to be dropping the link of this book in the description box of this video. Make sure you grab a copy. If you can't use the link, you can send me a message via WhatsApp and get a copy. 080-588-11642. That is my number. Let me go again. 080-588-11642. Message me, guys. Get a copy, get the knowledge, and better your farm, guys. Thank you very much. So let's go over to the next particular mistake to avoid as a pig farmer that wants to succeed in the breeding sector, which is choosing pigs, like pig breeds, only on size. Most people do this in a lot. Like they will be like, oh, this pig it actually has a nice size and all those things. No. Ask for the lines, ask for the farm records, check the breeding selection that the farmer has been using, because most pig farmers they might have been practicing inbreeding over time, and then you just be like, oh, he has nice pigs and everything. Then you get to just select. Ask for the farm record. That is why I want farmers to start keeping records. It's very important. I'm building an app called Farm Track. The purpose of this app is to help farmers to track their activities, including the breeding sector, the vaccination sector, all the sectors in the pig farming business, the drug sectors, mention them. And also it's going to bring a televet medicine, a form of televet medicine to farmers, whereby you just need to take your phone, put in the symptoms of your animal, if it's falling sick or anything, put in the symptoms, and then you get to receive answers from experienced pig farmers online. Like it's going to be very, very smooth. I've done the coding. I'm doing the coding at the moment. I'm still coding for the program. When it's launched, it's going to be a very huge improvement in the management of animals, livestock farmers, right? So guys, stay updated to receive information on this. Also, make sure that you don't buy pigs alone for size. Check the genetical components, check its breeding selections, check how they have been breeding in that particular farm before you go ahead towards buy. Also, when you want to buy, do not ignore any health sign. Do not at all. If you are seeing the pig and it doesn't give you what you want, maybe based on agility, appetite, do not, just stay away from it, okay? But let me tell you something, all these breeding sectors that I just mentioned doesn't overshadow good management. As much as you select the good breed, make sure that you manage your pigs effectively, including the breeding aspect, which I've shared videos on that, including the feeding aspect, which I've shared videos on that, and how to reduce the cost of your feed, including in the drug section. I've shared videos on that, the vaccination programs. Make sure you apply all this management, because my sole purpose, my aim is to make sure that you get the highest benefit from your farm. I don't want your farm to be a failure, because I was once a beginner. Too. I was equally ignorant of all these practices. But now I've now experienced. I'm now trying to imbibe this knowledge into you. Send me a message via WhatsApp, okay? 080-588-11642. Grab a copy of my book, The Pig Farmer's Journey. Better your farm, better your farming experience, and get more productivity. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Thank you very much.